Good evening and welcome to Lore by Candlelight, our game that we present in collaboration with Cantrip Candles as we play through one of the wonderful modules, I shouldn't say wonderful if I wrote it, one of the decent modules that are included in the Cantrip Candles Adventure Triptychs when they return for sale in fall of 2024. My name is Philip and I am the Dungeon Master of this game, and I am joined by several wonderful players. Though you are not dragons in this game, I still request that you roar hello, players.
Hello.
Hey.
Much of the time we're doing this game and they are playing as dragons, which is pretty fun. But for this one, you get to be humanoids. So how exciting. So this is part 2 of the second of these 3-part adventures that we have done here on the channel. We finished up Stealth last month. This month, we are playing through Battleborn, which is the combat-focused triptych. The first candle in that is Blackhound Tavern. And last week, we joined our party as they got into a bar fight, and then got out of a bar fight. And then, as Anna said, we did a bar fight, we got some gossip. That was basically the way that one worked. So, this week, having learned that Hammerstead has been having some trouble because of a kraken up in the mountains that has really interrupted sort of some shipping that goes from the waters beyond the mountains. There used to be sort of trade going over these mountains, but this kraken has disrupted that. The city is kind of feeling it between that and various wars that are going on in the area. It's tensions are high, which is why people were so quick to jump into a giant bar fight, which really just and again, I know the dwarf fighter really, I think you took more damage than everyone else combined. Pretty sure
that would be 100% correct.
With not even close. They got the rest of them got hit by a flying flagon or chair here and there. You were struck by a gladiator.
I was soundly assaulted.
Yeah. So, in any case, so you have agreed to do this. The bartender there, Jude Barrelchest, he basically, said like, I'm not in charge of this city, but like if you could fix this, I'll be able to get some money for a little bit of money, a modest little stipend. He also, it was sort of, since you guys are going out there, anything you find along the way is yours. So you guys might, really be able to make some money via, acquisitions out in the world. He also offered you good ale, bottles of whiskey, and at Agarita Sundew's request, the chance for her boar beast companion, Daisy, to actually be allowed into the Black Hound Tavern.
Boar's night out.
If you successfully do that. So you all went up to rest. Agarita did sneak the boar in. But with all of that in mind, you know that you now are heading up to these very treacherous mountains, and it's gonna be a tough one. There is a not a kraken, a Leviathan out there, which is like a kraken but different, as you'll soon find out. You heard rumors. Speaking of that, and Trey Gorgon did talk to Pig Iron Jim. I don't know what was going on with them. I think she's trying to get past guys like that now in her life, but
He's a user.
yeah, he is. He really is. But in any case, you did hear various rumors about this Leviathan. You were told that the Leviathan had many gnashing teeth, tendrils that it had purple flippers and could swim through solid rock. Pig Iron Jim did try to sell you a stone that could kill it in one hit that Tree Gorga kind of looked at and was like, it's literally not magical. You can't, you can't kid a kidder here kind of situation. So, with that, you guys are heading out to the mountaintop. And it is here that we will all light our next candle. This is Mountaintop. This is the second in the collection, featuring scents of frosted spruce, copal resin, and coal. Beautiful artwork on the top there. Oh, this one I actually have to hold to the thing because it's an actual mountain. But it's very nice smell. So yeah, let's go ahead and light these up.
It's
very
not
crisp.
cool. I already burned
Very
mine.
Christmas
It's
me.
so good.
Oh yeah, it has a very, very sort of pleasantly wintry scent. Tasty. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh yeah, I like that a lot. But what is copal resin?
Google it.
It's of course it's the resin
That's
from
good.
the copal tree, of course.
Oh, I thought you said cobalt resin.
What is cobalt resin?
Yeah.
Now that's the
It's-
real question.
Cobalt.
Cobalt resin.
Yeah, it's we
Those little
process it
kobolds.
from
Yeah.
the little
Distill your
dragons that
kobolds.
create electric vehicles.
Oh, cobalt resin. There's a lot of different resins, but the only resin that matters is the resolution of this team here as they set out on their adventure.
That was
Nice.
bad.
So, because this is a module, we are once again going to open with some read aloud text. You remember how D&D books have read aloud text? Quick poll: when your DM is running through like back 1,000 years ago for most of us, when you're in a campaign and it's like a book, like a hardcover D&D book, does the DM usually read aloud those paragraphs that have been like the like to be read aloud description paragraphs, or do they usually either paraphrase or just skip it? In your experience,
Every person who has run a game for me with one of those books has read it word for word.
I think so too. But
What do
they
you-
always end up paraphrasing it one way or another, right? Like they'll read it and either re-say it in their own words, or they'll like skim read it but paraphrasing it in their own words.
make some
Usually how.
adjustments. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, great. Well, I'm gonna read it then. So, through the mountains, here we go. The mountains near Hammerstead are no simple traverse. Steep inclines are sudden. Sharp drops mean travelers must keep their wits about them at every moment, fighting weariness from the hypnotic crunch after their boots against the scree and snow. Having been given directions by Jude Barrelchest, you found a route that avoids the war zone, but at the cost of an exhausting climb. And, though you spotted a few goat herds at the beginning of your ascent, it's now been hours since you've seen another soul in the cold. Even so, the air here is clean and bright, filling your lungs with the scent of pine trees and torchwood. I believe the copal tree is also called torchwood. Yet you gain no comfort in this place. There's a sense of dread in these mountains, a feeling that someone or something is watching your every uncertain step. So, you have been traveling through the cold for several hours here. Agarita, are you riding, or are you walking with Daisy?
I am riding.
Understood. Okay, so
And I'm doing the rangery things or whatever rangers do, you know.
Please tell us. What
Don't rangers have some, favorite terrain and don't get lost and travel extra fast and,
They do in certain terrains. Do you know what your favorite terrain is?
I believe it's mountains since you made my character.
I put the thumb on the scale in your favor here.
Yeah,
Yes.
I appreciate that.
So, difficult terrain does not slow your group's travel. Oh, and when you make a wisdom check related to it, you get to double your proficiency bonus. So in other words, when you make a survival check here, for example, you get to add 3 to it, to what you would normally add since you are in mountains.
Yeah.
So that's good.
And I have to check when I can check for certain kind of primeval awareness.
Primeval awareness, yes, that's where you can expend your ranger spell slots to see if certain creatures are within a mile of you. So yeah.
Oh, you can. Never mind. Yeah.
Yeah, you do it as it's basically like a ranger divination spell where you're just like.
But I don't want to use a spell slot for it. So.
Indeed. So as
I will use a spell slot though. I will cast Aid on Grayson and Questifer and Agarita. I think, is that all right? Tree.
Sure.
What does aid do? And
Oh,
why
it just gives you
would
extra
it
hit
do?
points. So I'm wondering if you need it more than.
I mean, if you're.
That's fine.
It
That's
hurt
fine.
you to
No,
do it?
no, that's
Did it
okay.
hurt
No,
you
no,
to
that's
do
all right.
it?
No. So, So, Christopher and Grayson and Agarita, you all get 5 extra maximum hit points. And
so
your current
fun.
hit points are increased by 5.
Which is
thank you very
yes.
kindly.
And that lasts for 8 hours.
That's right.
I feel
Or until you.
fresher than I've ever felt before. This is amazing.
Yes.
You smell
you know what?
fresher too.
The mountain air, I think, is really helping as well.
Yes.
Really opening
Yes.
my lungs up.
It's
Tell
all
you what,
about collective
let's do it.
action, you see.
Does feel good.
Gareth?
Questifer, to that point, go ahead and give me a if you breathe in real deeply, do a perception check, just like as you you can do perception, or if you'd rather do Constitution, you could also do that. If you just Constitution check to just breathe in, kind of hold that cold air in your lungs.
14?
14. Yeah, it's many people, specifically sane people, would say this is horrible and too cold and no one should live here. But you're certainly able to bear it.
Because
I mean,
has
it
nice
is.
boots.
You know, what I always like, this kind of temperature, I feel it's very bracing. You know, it kind of makes everybody's cheeks a little pinker and, kind of keeps you on your toes and awake.
You have heard of wait, sorry. That's wrong character. That's
It
Cosmonaut.
is, yeah.
Yes,
Who am I
you've
right
heard
now?
of you've heard of cold dip therapy. Well, this is more of what like some mountain dwarfs like myself will do. This is called trek therapy. You just do it for longer and longer periods of time.
Ooh.
Oh, that sounds amazing. I guess we're kind of doing that right now. This
Yeah,
is
it's sort
wow.
I
Are
think
we
he's-
honorary dwarves now? This
No.
is great.
Well,
Oh,
we are even smaller than dwarves, or like at least I am. The booties are helping, I think.
Yes, you do notice that Agarita seems way more comfortable than the rest of you, and it's not just because this is your favorite terrain. Agarita, you all got a little magic item here or there. Some of them were highly relevant, some were just kind of fun. I'm going to mention now that I rolled these randomly, and Jed, I rolled yours randomly, which we'll get to in another
everybody
session.
got a different one.
Everybody
I thought
got.
we all had the
no,
same one.
you all got different things, and 2 of you got things that were ludicrously relevant because yes, Agarita is wearing boots of the Winterlands. Session 2 of this is on an icy mountain. So it's like, okay, cool, congratulations, you're welcome.
I got jewels.
Tree's got jewels.
my ex.
Tree's
My
got
jewels,
a.
it's like Versace.
And I have this family cloak.
You do. Your cloak will certainly come in. Tree does have some.
They're claws, but they
scratch
have really
powers.
pretty jewels. They're encrusted.
Very bejeweled.
It's very like Swarovski, like Versace Swarovski encrusted.
Because you're super fancy.
Nice.
Versace
Very
Swarovski.
clingy.
Oh.
Does it feel like we're being watched? Do we feel like
why don't you give me a perception
like to
check
do a
to see
check.
if you go do a perception check, Tree, because there is a sense that
She
there
really
are
does
things.
animal print.
I could also do locate animals
Oh,
or
well.
plants, but I don't know what I'm looking for. So
Indeed.
right, so I should do perception.
Do a perception.
Okay. Hold on. I'm hitting the thing. Oh wait.
Or
let me
just roll.
I'll do it old school.
Do it old school.
Oh my. 17.
A 17. Yes. You don't see anything currently watching you, but you can tell the way as you sort of look up one of these really severe peaks ahead of you. There could be any number of things hiding there, kind of under the snow or in some of the sort of darks of the caverns where eyes, you definitely think that this mountain, despite being totally desolate, there are things here.
So if I do locate plants or animals, I have to know what I'm trying to locate, or is that just general it'll tell me what's around
I think it
us?
tells you what it is, but let me look at the wording of the spell real quick. I'll say, however, before you do have to say a specific kind of beast or plant, and you know the nearest.
Then I'm
one
not
of
going to
them.
waste that spell slot on
Sure.
that. Yeah.
You could eventually be like Leviathan, but
I said Leviathan.
you're at max here.
Sounds like my cousin.
Also, Agarita, would you give us a
Yes.
survival check? I assume, Agarita, because you'll have a +8 on this thanks to your favored terrain.
Yes.
So why don't you give us our first survival check here?
Okay. That's dexterity, right?
No, survival is your wisdom plus twice your proficiency bonus.
Not very good. It's only a 13. 8 plus 5, right? I rolled 8.
You rolled 8. Yes.
Yes.
That is
Not good.
a 15. There we go. All right. So I will mark that down. And with that, would you please roll a d20?
Okay. 12.
12. All right. As you are walking up this snowy mountain, you come upon a little rise in one of the snowbanks. Agarita, you can tell with your many people in this group actually, I think, have pretty good passive perception. But as you're sort of glancing, you can tell that there is something here, and as you just investigate without even touching it, you can tell that there's some kind of wood and some bracers within, and it seems that this is a hidden cache that somebody has hidden on the mountains. There is a little kind of, hiding spot where someone has maybe half buried a chest and thought the snow would do it, and for whatever reason, some of the snow was knocked aside. There's no tracks leading up to this, so you assume it's more just in the wind. It kind of has been exposed.
Okay. It's a chest, an actual chest.
It is a well, tell you what, give me a perception check unless you want to start moving snow off of it.
11 plus.
Perception.
Uh-huh.
You have a +5 to perception, so it
Okay,
gets you to a 16. With a 16, you notice that this seems to simply be some wooden planks that were sort of secured between two heavier rocks below the snow, with a larger planks of wood on top.
So
However,
it's not a mimic.
it's well, you never know it's a mimic. You can have the best perception in the world and never know it's a mimic. However, with a 16 perception check, you believe that this cache is actually trapped. You can tell there are some like wires on it.
That was my next.
And they've kind of frozen. Perhaps it's because they've like frozen to the underside, and you see some icicles hanging down. You're like, wait a minute, there's something is not right with this.
Oh.
So, if you want to open it, I don't know if anyone in this group has proficiency with thieves' tools, but if you want to try to open it, someone would either have to use thieves' tools or you'd take the penalty for trying to sort of do it with a dagger or whatever.
Oh. Hey guys, any of you can use thieves' tools?
Not
No?
particularly my style, no.
All right. Well, I will try to sleight of hand it.
Okay, you'll try to sleight of hand it. Very good. So go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check.
16.
A 16, sadly, with the quest of
Could I, would it be possible for me to assist by trying to analyze what the how the trap's put together?
Go ahead and do an investigation roll. I feel like I've already given away that a DC has not been met by the fact I said unfortunately, but sure.
11. I did raise my hand before you said that, but yes.
I believe it. An 11, however, is just, it's too... if you guys were willing to, like, scrape a bunch of snow away, but you're worried you'd trigger something, so you just aren't able to give that much. So, Agarita, had you been using thieves' tools, you would have passed it, but there is a +5 to the DC when you're trying to use a dagger. So, unfortunately, you... dig your dagger
How much
in
damage
there,
do I take?
and you feel glass break. At this point, a caustic cloud drifts out of this, washing over all of you. Can everybody please make a Constitution saving throw?
Oh no.
Is this against poison?
It is, you know what? It's actually a caustic gas, so it's against acid.
Ah, okay.
Yes, Tree?
And they didn't have the sense of mind to step back?
No one said they were, so I'm saying you guys were all hanging out.
Oh, didn't give us the
Tree,
chance.
were you about to say something?
No, I rolled a 12 con save.
Oh, understood.
I rolled a 1.
Oh, great.
Oh.
13.
13. Okay, that's
11.
And the Dreadlands open.
10.
10. Okay.
Is that 10, 11, 12, 13? No.
I think it. Well, no, it was. Fanrith was 1.
1.
Okay, so unfortunately, you all do fail this. Some of these DCs I should probably lower since you are a lower part. It's fine. Okay. However, I rolled on the caustic cloud. I rolled about as bad as I could. So you are all going to take 6 points of acid damage.
Okay.
As I rolled a 3 and then 3 1s on the 4d8. Which
Well, that could have been really bad.
could have been bad, but you know what? We'll say that
I appreciate you saving us there.
We'll say that maybe Agarita kind of was hopping back from that and it sort of washed over the rest of you, and it is open air, and maybe you were just at the edge, and you all sort of breathed in, and your eyes are all watering. But
Like getting a whiff of bear spray? Not bear spray, but
yeah, or it's like, I'm trying to think of like a really like acidic thing, like boiling vinegar or something. But at this point,
Really good idea, Agarita. We could maybe if we bottled this, we could use it as protection when we go through in the mountains.
good idea.
so y'all took that, but no one was horribly injured by it.
I'm gonna go ahead and put, just like discreetly put hands on myself.
Understood. In
This
fact,
is a lot worse than it.
Yeah, it's a paladin. That being said, that aid came in handy for the 3 who had it, because you all only really lost 1 from your normal max with that. As you now look into this cache, Agarita, injury turns to insult as the cache is completely empty. Make another survival check. That was encounter 1. This is a random table adventure, guys. And if at any point you want to stop... What's that?
My wisdom is +2, right?
So if you look on your sheet, your
+5,
survival
yes.
is a +5, but you get an extra
21. I
+3.
haven't played the normal
D&D in a million
for
years.
so long.
Yeah,
I
I get
forget how it
it.
goes.
Yeah, you have a
21.
+8. That's with your +8?
Yeah.
A 21?
No, it was +5. I rolled a 16.
But you have a +8 in the mountains because of your favorite terrain.
Oh, it's the mountains. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Yes.
Wait, what does that get? Wait, did you forget that for your last one? No, you said 5 + 8 was 13. Okay, yeah, we're fine. Okay, cool. Okay, I was worried I just asked you guys for nothing. All right, thanks to that, somebody else in the group can roll. Jed, would you roll a D6?
Certainly.
Cool.
That's a 2.
A 2! Hey, good news for you, sir. 2 is arguably the best one you can roll. All right.
I mean, of course it is. We're having a great time out here in the wide open air.
Actually, I think, 1 maybe. I don't know. The point is, as you roll a 2, and so as you guys are kind of coughing from this, walking through the snow, you actually spot another humanoid. You see a woman. She is wearing furs. Fenrith probably immediately dislikes her because she looks fairly regal.
Ugh.
And she has a hawk that kind of lands on her arm. And she's sort of standing there, and she kind of turns back and waves a hand in greeting to you. And if
Hello.
you guys... Oh!
Hi there.
Hello!
Hawk.
Oh, wonderful! Oh, yes, hello! Yes, hi! Hello, darlings!
Does
hello.
your hawk turn into a man at night?
What's that? Does my hawk turn into a man at night? What are you asking?
That would be convenient.
No, he does not, sadly. Maurice is always a hawk. Hello, Maurice. Say hello, Maurice. The hawk just looks at you. Yes. Well, what brings you to these cold climes? Not many people are traveling in this region at this time.
We're looking for Leviathan.
Oh. You're trying to get to the sea?
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
No, the mountain Leviathan.
We were told there was a Leviathan up in these mountains.
Oh, well, yes, I suppose sometimes I've seen it in this sort of area, or I've heard of it being here. It's more on sort of the seaside, by the Crunch. You know of the Crunch, don't you, darlings?
No.
Oh.
Unfamiliar.
Oh, the Crunch. You're
Always
going to
down
love
to
the
learn.
Crunch. Well, the Crunch is it's sort of these rock towers on the far side of the mountains overlooking the ocean below, and they rise up from the sea, and they're very sort of severe and stark, and I've had multiple paintings of the Crunch done in my home. Not that I ever go there, darlings.
Wow. That's just on the other side of these mountains?
Yes, but I'm going to give you a little bit of a pro tip, if you don't mind. Although the fact
Please.
that, so far the fact that you're coming this way means that you've sort of done good. But in fact, you might think that cardinally speaking, you're going to want to go that way to get to the sea, and you do, cardinally speaking. But the best route is actually to cut through this pass down here. I know the mountain looks steep, but it's the lowest mountain of the group. Take on that crest and then hook back.
Inside.
Oh.
Inside.
Make an insight roll if you'd like.
Guidance. I cast guidance on
Agarita.
Agarita.
That's
You get a
advantage,
D4.
right?
No, it's a D4.
A D4. Okay. Wow. I cannot roll well today.
That's a problem since you're the ranger, and this one is literally about past 3 survival checks.
Should
9.
I'm also proficient.
Oh, sure. A
I'm
9.
not proficient in inside though.
You have no idea what this lady's deal is. She seems.
I'm just looking at everybody.
You have no. You have
you
no.
guys
You
believe
have.
him?
You certainly have no sense of sort of this. Of any.
Wow,
sort of
that's a
deceit.
huge gift that you gave us. I really appreciate that.
Well, if you're
really
really
great pro-tip.
if you're really trying to go and fight the Leviathan, yes, I certainly want to give you, you know, any sort.
Oh,
of,
do you know the Leviathan?
Well, I've seen it from afar on a few occasions, but whenever we see it surface and attack people, Maurice and I are always like, exit stage that way.
Makes
you understand,
sense.
dear?
Another pro tip right there.
Oh, another. I have so many pro tips.
Really? I'm all ears.
What is a Leviathan? Isn't it an aberration or something like that?
The Leviathan? Oh, I don't know. I will have her roll though.
No, I'm asking you, Phil.
You don't know. You've never heard of one before. Leviathan is not a. The Leviathan was created for this adventure by our friends at Cantrip Candles. So it is. There is actually a Leviathan in D&D, but it's not that one. That's in a later book. This is.
So I cannot even track for it because I don't know what it is.
You have never heard of this Leviathan before. However, this noble is from the area, so if she succeeds on this roll, she can tell you.
I mean, if you live here, don't you want the Leviathan to be killed if it's a bad guy?
Oh, I certainly do. I believe it is what sort of you adventurers call a monstrosity.
Oh.
You know, sort of one of those kinds of simply a monster. Doesn't sort of just
That
this whole
makes
thing is
sense.
just being big and scary. But yes, if
Sounds
you're
very
trying to get to the sea to where it lives, you're going to go to those mountains, climb up that way. You'll sort of eventually you'll still be very high, but maybe begin to get some hints of sea air as you go a little further along, and then I'm sure by that time you'll be in delightful situation.
Oh, perfect. Is there any other sights to see up here in these mountains that you'd recommend?
Oh,
Any-
well, what an interesting question. Any other sights to see? Well, yes, if you sort of feel that you don't need to hurry and you're willing to kind of look for other things, there is something else that you might want to seek out. It's a very strange sight, but actually, I won't. A pro tip would be to stay away from this, but have any of you ever seen a white dragon before? They live in the snow. Very mean.
Oh.
I've never been in the snow before in my life.
Well, if you want to see a white dragon, it sort of is out of the way I've just directed you to, but there is a sort of peak, about 4 peaks that way, where sometimes you can see it sort of soaring around on the hunt. It's a majestic sight if you wanted to see it.
Is he nice?
Oh no, he'll murder you if he gets the chance.
Oh, that's very exciting.
Yeah, maybe
Just
that's
don't want
maybe that's
this.
for a stop on the return trip.
Yeah, but you're welcome to sort of go check it out if you want to. I'll also warn you, if you come upon a cottage that seems to be sort of falling apart, don't venture in. There's bad things inside. It's a pro tip.
Is it haunted or like cursed or is
I
it?
think it's just
bad?
full of monsters. Everyone in there was eaten, and then the monsters still live there.
Oh, I thought maybe
A
it
lot of
was a
monsters in
witch's
these mountains.
Oh, the mountains, they're lousy with monsters. And cats, apparently. So, yes.
Could I
Cats?
Could
cat just
I-
crawled on Vanda. Yes.
Could I do gaseous form and travel this route she's talking about to check it out?
Well, gaseous
How
form.
far can I go in this?
I didn't. Is gaseous form a spell you're able to do
It
yet?
is.
Is that? I thought that was
It
like
is.
a higher level spell.
It is, in fact, somebody who's very knowledgeable prepared that spell for me.
Wow, it's a. I didn't. It's a 3rd level spell.
Yeah, it's because you can't do anything.
Yes, you can't do anything, but you have a flying speed of 10 feet, so you're slower than you are now. But you can sort of fly up and basically you turn into like a languid cloud, and you could fly up and scout.
Okay, then never mind. I was gonna go forward and scout.
It
not
only
fly up.
takes you can only do it for an hour, so you could really only scout half an hour ahead and back. So you could get some height on it though.
Nope. Saving my spell slots.
Understood. Yeah. But with that,
Can I say good to
Yes.
meet you and thank you to the hawk in small beast speak?
You can understand what they say back, right? Or you cannot
Yeah,
understand what they say.
you communicate, but like with like signs and it's simple ideas with signs,
Understood.
like not actually talking.
If you do that to Maurice, Maurice kind of cocks ahead and just kind of goes, kind of gives you like a little like a talon lift of like sure.
Cool.
Not he's not a talker. Oh.
I just imagine like the gesture. It's like,
Is the wizard talking to you, Maurice? How wonderful.
With wings, right? Just kind of like.
it's just like, yeah, good to meet you.
But with that, if you will take her shortcut, this reduces the number of successes you need by 1. There you go.
Very exciting.
This was the
great.
shortcut. I like how on the thing it says you meet Duchess Burns, a friendly human woman out hunting with Maurice, a hawk. Duchess Burns can guide you to the sea, reduce the number of successful survival checks required by 1. But in this party, it's a whole thing. So with that, Agarita, you've made a few checks, but I think Grayson is also proficient in survival. So shall we have Grayson make a survival check as well?
It's fine either way. I mean, you're in your favorite terrain. I was just wondering.
We can do it. I mean, he can give me
Can I
advantage.
assist, actually?
Sure. You have proficiency, so yeah, Agarita, roll with advantage.
I'm also a mountain dwarf in the mountains.
You
so
are a
I don't
mountain
know
dwarf.
if
That's why I'm saying just let's have you roll one.
Okay.
Because maybe we'll fail and we'll have another scary one.
But I rolled a natural 20.
Okay, well then you roll the natural 20. All right, Andrew,
We
if you
can
have
roll the next one.
if you have a
what's that?
D6 handy, could you roll that for me?
Right.
I'm gonna have you re-roll a 2 because we've already got a 2.
1.
1. Wonderful. Once bitten, twice shy. However, Agarita, as you're walking and guiding, and Grayson was kind of saying.
There is another cache.
You discover a hidden cache under another rocky outcropping.
Do I investigate it? Can I investigate
You
it?
may investigate the cache, but I will say this: it looks extremely similar to the other cache, and unlike that one, this one looks like you don't see tracks. The snow has fallen since then, but like this one is a little more visible. Like this one might be accessed more frequently.
19.
With a 19, in addition to thinking this one's a little more thing, you look at this and you do not see that kind of little wire thing that you saw that triggered a trap.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see any trap on this one. You did spot the trap last time. You just weren't able to not sort of do it.
I'll tell everybody to step back anyway.
Sure.
Out of range.
Okay.
Could I-
Well, what range?
60 feet.
Oh wow. Okay, so you're really sending them away. Okay, cool.
Just like go away, including Daisy, because I don't want her to get her.
Oh, that's right. We'll say Daisy was
Daisy's a smart
shorter than the cloud that rose. So yeah, honestly, you would quest of her. Probably it should be questionable, but it's fine. All right. So you're gonna try to pick this one up.
I wonder if I could open it, like if I could, because it's a makeshift thing.
Mm-hmm.
If I shot an arrow at it from a distance.
You can certainly. You do think that you could try an arrow. You do think that it could be just bashed apart pretty easily. But yeah, if you wanted to
just
shoot it with
because
an arrow.
of the last thing.
Understood. So you're gonna move back as well.
About 30 feet.
Understood. Okay, go ahead and take a shot with your mighty arrow.
And what the hell number is this? Oh, 15 plus, what is my attack? Plus 9 is 24.
A 24 will certainly hit. Let's go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay. I probably destroy everything that's inside, right?
A 24 means you're probably shooting 6 damage. You have definitely broken it. You think at this point you could probably just muscle it open, or kind of
Okay.
kind of you don't think it would be hard to pull open at this point. And you did not see any gusts of problematic, caustic clouds coming out this time. So that's exciting.
Anything exciting inside?
Are you going to go up to it?
Sure.
All right, cool. Yes, if Agarita goes to this one, this cache is not empty. Instead, it contains 3 potions of healing, a pouch with around 38 gold pieces, 2 daggers, very nice non-magical as far as you can tell, and a pair of copal lions. These are lions that function like the golden lion figurines of wondrous power.
Oh.
But they are made of fragrant copal resin.
Maybe we can just leave the daggers behind because I don't think we need them, do we?
Man. I'll take the daggers.
No.
Never have too much stuff, right? Maybe we can barter them with the Leviathan.
Hey. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm sure he wants some daggers.
Or if we run across that lady again and give her one. Sure, she'd appreciate that.
Maybe.
Certainly a possibility. Well, with that, you've cleared this out, and
We just robbed somebody, of course.
you did. Well, I mean, what are you gonna do?
It's for the greater good.
Really
Grace-
good job, Agarita.
Yeah.
Great for getting us in there.
Sorry
if they
about
leave
the
it
first
out
one.
here, it's okay. They meant for you to take it. It's
Yeah.
payment.
Yeah. I mean, we are doing them a big favor getting rid of the thingy.
Yeah, we do
So,
so
yeah.
much for so many.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go ahead and let's do another survival check here as you go.
Okay.
However, at this point, Agarita, you are pretty confident. At this point you can kind of tell, like, oh, I think she was giving us the good, like, everything she said has been correct so far. Her directions are good. So you do think you're getting close, but let's have you go a little more carefully here.
Let's Grayson do it and I test.
Okay, sure. Oh yeah, Grayson, why don't you roll with advantage then?
Okay. 22.
Nice.
22. Very good,
Wow.
Grayson. I'm gonna ask
Anti-Pierce.
Pierce this as opposed to Grayson.
It means
So-
it doesn't matter.
You guys have already achieved what is required to sort of get there, but we're just gonna do a few more little encounters here. So, do you want to roll a d6 that guarantees you a good encounter, or do you want to roll a d20 where you have 6 chances for a good encounter, or some other things could happen?
D20.
Okay, roll a
D20.
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 All right. D20, here we go. 12.
You've already done 12. You come to another hidden cache. No, reroll.
Okay. 14.
Ooh. Here we go. All right, Grayson leads the group. It's you guys have succeeded at this point. But as you're coming up through the snow, Grayson, you spot a mass of pine branches and moss. The pine branches, they sort of fit in, but kind of as you're sort of coming up through the snow, it's kind of nestled there in the snow, and it's kind of this... Something about it just feels a little wrong. There's all this moss, which doesn't seem like it should be growing in this sort of exact terrain. That feels a bit incorrect.
Hey, Agarita?
Yeah?
I've never seen moss growing in a mountainside like this before. Certainly not amongst the snow. Does that look like anything you know?
No. Maybe it's somebody.
Tell you what,
trying to look like
Agarita.
us?
Agarita, you're gonna get to add your thing onto this, but give me a nature roll with your proficiency bonus since it's the mountain, so that's a +4. So make a d20 +4.
16 plus 4 is 20.
With a 20, you don't necessarily know what this is, but you definitely know that the pine branches, sure, that easily could have fallen from trees. The moss seems different. The moss seems like it should not be present out in this climate.
How close are we to it?
We'll say it's about 30 feet away.
Can I pick up a small rock and throw at it?
Sure. Do a that's just like a kind of a just roll a d20. It's a general
Yeah.
dex and
Yeah, I miss it because I rolled a 3.
Oh, fair enough. Well, yeah, you throw a rock and the rock just kind of goes into some snow, disappears into some snow. However, because you got close enough to it, this moss and pine suddenly shambles up out of the snow, knocking off more snow as you see these pine moss vines all together. This shambling mound of things begins to emerge from the snow and starts moving towards you. Let's
Does
roll
it look
initiative.
hostile?
It looks very hostile. Let's roll initiative.
Ah,
Yeah. This is the
Yeah,
only time my axe is gonna
yeah.
matter.
Oh my god, your axe is actually... I had not realized that. Pierce was like, oh, it's a shambling mound. This is perfect. Oh, that's funny. Okay, great. Also, good news for you guys. Shambling mound gets -1 to dexterity, to the initiative. So here we go.
Hey, same here.
Is it?
I just rolled a natural 20, so its initiative is 19.
Okay.
Anybody 20 or higher?
We add the dexterity to our initiative.
Yeah, or
right?
just, whatever it is on your sheet. Yeah. Let's see. Is anybody 15 or higher?
17.
17.
Grayson?
15.
15 for Grayson. Of you two 17s, who wants to go first?
I shall go first.
Okay. I shall go first. Okay, Agarita,
Absolutely.
5.
5, and Tree, how did you do on your initiative?
I rolled a
7.
1.
7? Okay, wow, cool. 5 from
You're
a
the
ranger.
braver of the
That's-
two of us.
I rolled a 1.
So it happens. All right, so our friend the Shambling Mound, it was rising up, so it will get to go first, and I said it was 30 feet away from you?
Yeah.
Cool. So on its turn, it will move its movement of 20 feet. And I guess it'll I mean, it's dumb. It'll move up to you guys. Here, tell you what. It will move up towards the party, and it will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It will it comes straight at Questifer. And
perfect.
it does not have it basically is dashing. It's a dashing mound. So it is all over Questifer. It is not yet engulfing Questifer, but it is preparing to engulf Questifer.
Oh my gosh, this thing is so weird.
Yeah, and it's just
This is cool. I'm a little scared, but it's very cool.
Thanrith, you're up.
Right. Well, I shall bonus action cast Searing Smite.
Ooh.
Yes. Sort of drawing in my rage. I think I'm still pretty ticked off seeing that, like,
That
fancy,
incredibly helpful woman. Yeah, that really nice.
yeah, I
helpful-
mean, I just like still kind of rubs. I'm like, what is she after here? And then I shall go ahead and attack.
I love it.
I shall attack with my great sword. Yes. All right. Hit. Here we go. Oh, that is a. Shit. That is a 7 plus 14 to hit.
A 14 to hit. You swing at it, and some of those pine branches just kind of brush your sword to the side. You feel like you were very close, but you just kind of glanced off of it.
All right. And then for my second attack, a 25 to hit.
This time, however, you swing back in and you slice into it very well. That is a hit. It is a palpable hit.
Okay, and then that'd be 14 slashing damage, and also 4 burning damage.
For 4 fire damage, and it makes a con save, right?
That's correct. It does.
All right. The Constitution save is a 21.
On its turn.
Oh, on its turn. Got it. Well,
Yes.
I rolled that already. However, you do notice...
Yes, it ignites on flames.
So you hit it, and though it has sort of caught on a little bit of fire, you notice the fire is doing less than you think it should. as if this obnoxious creature. It is. I've always found it weird, but shambling mounds, maybe because they're like so verdant and like what it's like. Yeah. It's trying to like light leaves.
It's like burning green wood.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very smoky.
They seem resistant to it.
When Griffith Park is on fire.
It's probably all that resin inside of it, right?
Hey, resin.
This smells a little peaty. No, I'm sort of into this.
At this point, Questifer, it is your turn. So it is coming for you.
It is.
But it wasn't able to do anything about it. It just got rolled up on you.
Oh. Yeah. Well. I guess. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and cast. I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion. And what's something that eats wood? A woodchuck.
Woodchuck.
I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion, and I'm gonna have a woodchuck appear.
Or beaver.
Be in front of me.
Okay.
And
Berries.
and just very aggressively threaten this thing as I'm going to back away from it. Hopefully it doesn't recognize what's happening.
Some sad news for you is that as you back away, it does kind of slam out at you as its kind of op attack, and you have a realization, it doesn't have eyes. It only sees through blind sight. It only sees 60 feet away, so it's like only because you threw the rock was it kind of aware. So it is going to slam at you, and it
doesn't
hits
have eyes
with a just couldn't even. I was like that's fun. It literally can't. It's literally blind sight. Doesn't have a face. Doesn't have a nerve. Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect.
That is a 16 to hit. Poor Questifer. Does a 16 hit? Can he shield it?
That is my DC with the mage armor. Yeah, I'll shield.
You can shield and back up, no problem.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna back up my full 25 feet.
He can't hit you this turn. He can't hit you now.
Can't hit me. Hopefully that Minor Illusion gonna trick this blind guy.
He's moving through the Minor Illusion in a way where you can tell it's not like he's investigating it. It is utter obliviousness. In any case, Grayson, do what you were made to do.
So I will take out Hugh.
Yeah.
And I will get in front, sort of move around so that I'm in front of where Questifer was.
Cool, sure. You're standing in the illusory woodchuck.
Yeah, I'll stand in the illusory woodchuck. I'll say, chew on this. I'll swing I think that's a modified 20 to hit on the first attack.
It'll hit for certain.
And since it's a plant creature, yes?
Oh, is it a plant creature?
It just automatically deals maximum damage. So that's 13 points of damage.
That is the way it works. All right.
And I will take a second attack here. That is a 19, so that is a critical for me.
So a critical is max is so what is your die size on that? It's a D8?
It's a D8, which it automatically maxed out anyway, so it's just 26 points of damage. Or sorry, no, it's 16, it's 21 points of damage.
Yeah, 60 with 60 plus okay, cool. So 21. Nice. Big one. That is, yeah. You are hacking like chunks off of it, and because it is some weirdly animated thing, like you can tell it's still going. But yeah, Hugh is enjoying it, and I will probably say, Grayson, do you think Grayson has ever faced a shambling mound before?
Probably not.
So yeah, this is the axe feels so happy in your hand. The axe is singing. Yeah.
Delightful. And then I'll just be braced there.
You're just all right. Tree, it is your turn.
Okay. How far away am I from it?
It's about 5-10 feet from you.
Oh, okay.
You're not like it. It's 6 to 10 feet. You are not in it. Like you can move away from it without it op attacking you. but you can also get to it pretty darn quick.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Chill Touch.
Ooh, roll that
On it.
chill touch. Love it.
Since the fire doesn't seem to do much, maybe the chill will do something.
And fun fact. So go ahead and make your roll. You got a +7 to hit on that.
Hmm.
Fun
Did that
fact.
make- Necrotic?
Oh no, it's 9.
You 9 on the die.
No, it was a
Oh,
2 on the
2
die.
on the die. Yes, sadly, you're maybe you're distracted by the illusory. Maybe you're distracted by the illusory woodchuck, and you just can't get you're grasping for the wrong thing. So sadly, tree, no effect. But Agarita, it is your turn. It is your turn. Agarita.
How
Chill.
far am I from it?
You were a similar position to tree, so you can back up without provoking op.
Yeah, I would like to back up.
Okay.
Technically, it's Daisy who's backing up.
Sure, you move
So I
Daisy
did
back.
back
Sure.
up. And then I shoot at it with my bow.
All right, sounds good. Some short bow shots.
And it's my 16 to hit.
A 16 will hit.
Okie dokie.
Your arrow sinks into some particularly lush spot.
At 7 damage.
7 damage. Great. All right, shoot again.
Why?
Because you get 2 attacks. You're 5th level.
Oh, I forgot.
Just...
Ooh, that is.
Oh no! What?
Ah.
Questifer's realizing
I
something.
rolled a
here.
19. Damn it! I don't get a.
Even so,
Thank you.
yeah, roll your damage on that. What's going on, Questifer?
I just thought it was funny.
8.
What? Why? I just
Why?
want thanks.
What? I get to... What are you talking about? 8 damage?
Yes.
Perfect. All right. Top of the round, the Shambling Mound has the Shambling Mound is facing 2 beautiful sardine tins of tasty things it would like to eat. So, despite Grayson having done
And
so
an
much
aggressive
damage,
woodchuck.
and in a woodchuck, that it I will say this to you. I'll give you this, Christopher. If your illusion were like a sound wave blind sense thing, or were like if your illusion were solid, it would be terrified of the illusory woodchuck.
It does have sound.
No, you cannot.
It does
You
have
can only
sound,
can
but
do
it
some-
doesn't. It's not. It's just.
I'm an
it's like-
illusion wizard. It has
He's an
both
illusion
sight
wizard. It
and
has sound, but it's not like it doesn't have form. It
Yeah.
doesn't. Yeah, I know. All right, so
Yeah.
we're gonna say evens Grayson on Stanrith. We're doing evens. So evens is Grayson. I'm rolling that con save. It has a 19 on its con save against the flame. So Grayson is going to try to slam you twice. The first slam is a 17 to hit, which does not.
No.
The second slam is a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that will get past the shield.
Unfortunately, you are not grappled because it has to hit you with 2 slam attacks in order to grapple you. That slam will do 11 points of damage.
Not insignificant though.
No, not at all. All right, cool. Thanrith. So basically, it's attacking your. It went for the other gentleman in a tin can. But he is not grappled. But it's kind of all around him. There's vines and moss and
Yeah.
nonsense and
I know he's
sap.
gonna get so many more scratches than I am.
Oh yeah, those pine needles. It's awful. Pine needles are just scuffing it. Oh, it's awful.
Pine tar all over it.
Yeah.
Stuck.
And Questifer, go ahead and have your plan ready here as soon as Thanos.
All right. I shall. I'll just attack twice. It's so nice just to hit things.
Hit somebody.
Really?
All right, do it.
All right. Yeah, a 23 to hit. That's 4 and a 3, so 7 plus 4 for 11 points of slashing damage.
Love it.
And then 13 probably doesn't hit.
Once again, you just kind of glance off at you're close-ish, but not quite there. But you're in the thick of it. Questifer, you're up.
Okay. In that case, I'm just going to back up another 25 feet and cast Firebolt.
All right. Go for it.
13 on the die plus
With your
whatever,
modifier, I think
7
that
or
will certainly
something.
hit. Yeah.
like 20,
Yeah.
20 to hit.
Go for it.
9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. You also can tell that it is not igniting as much as one would hope it is. That fire doesn't seem to do everything one would.
It's a little gasoline.
In a just world, it would have ignited it, but sadly, this thing is just has too much moisture in it. All right, Grayson.
All right.
Hew.
Swings. Ooh, that's not great. It's not great at all. Hang on. What's my 14.
The axe just slides. It gets stuck on some sap and just slips to the side.
All right, I'll take the second swing, pull it back.
Yeah, probably one of those pine needles also like digging through your armor. It's like not hurting you.
I have overshot with how well I did last turn. That's a natural one.
Natural one, and this time you hack through and you hack it down and you think that you've hit it hard, but now your axe is almost like buried into the snow and ground, and you've just been hacking on a piece you already cut off. So this is some kind of your step back, step forward. Tree.
Yeah.
An Agarita.
I gotta try this chill touch again.
When in doubt, chill it to the touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burn it to the wick. Chill it to the
18 on the die.
18 on the die. That's absolutely going to hit. So you may roll your damage with that, which is 2d8.
Okay. Hold on. You know, look at this thing. Oh, wow. That's 5.
5. And the theoretical bad news is this thing is also resistant to cold damage. But the good news is Chill Touch doesn't do cold damage because it's a poorly named spell. It does necrotic. So yes, you further rotted away. Agarita, you're up.
I'm gonna shoot at it twice again.
Yay!
And I have a 27 to hit and a 17 to hit.
But those both hit.
Ah, woo!
Oh.
Yay! Oh, blimey!
Uh-oh.
That is, I rolled 2 2s.
Oh, dang. Well, your modifier's
That's
probably nothing.
12.
12? All right. Hey, you guys are... The thing is looking pretty taken apart by all of this damage. All right, but it is its turn, and it will once again attempt to eat Grayson by hitting twice, although it's hard because Grayson has very high AC, and that 2 on the die isn't going to help it. And it again just cannot get through your hard shell. Thanrith, it's looking pretty low. Just another round, and you guys should have it.
All right, well, let's hit it. Is anyone looking hurt?
Not. I'm probably the one who's been hit the
All right,
most.
never mind.
Not
I'll just go ahead
especially.
and chop. Oh, okay, great. So that's oh wait, I have to. Okay, so that's a 10 to hit and 11 to hit. All right, never
10
mind.
and 11 do not hit, sadly. Questifer, what do we got?
I'm gonna use one of my another cantrip. I realized I have an extra one because of the illusion magic. I'm gonna use Mind Sliver.
Ooh, interesting. Yeah, let's Mind Sliver it up. All right, so it rolls a save against that, right?
Intelligence save, yeah.
Well, that's a rough kind of save for it to use.
Does it even have a mind?
I mean, wait, isn't there something about... Does Mind Sliver have a minimum intelligence that it doesn't affect? Because some psychic spells actually are like, if a creature is this low, this doesn't mess with them.
I don't think so.
If it doesn't say it, it doesn't... Yeah, you're good. Okay, cool. I think it's like some of those higher level psychic things are like, you can't use this on a thing if it... Because this has an int of 3. So, it just rolled a 15 on the die. Oh, sorry, it has an int of 5, so -3. So that's a 12 for its intelligence save.
Okay, so it fails.
So it did that move it into failure? What is your DC?
15, I think.
Yeah, it would have made it if only it wasn't such a dumb plan.
Only it wasn't so stupid.
All right, so you mind slivered it.
Yeah, so it takes 7 points of psychic damage and has a -1d4 on its next saving throw.
God, I feel like if at that point it really should see the woodchuck. So minus 1d4 on its next saving throw. Understood.
I should see the woodchuck.
It's like I can see this woodchuck and I am afraid. All right, cool. That is quest for Grayson. You're up.
That's great. Thank you.
All
for
right.
that.
All right, let's take another couple swings here. That is a 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
So that is again 13 points of damage.
All right.
Second swing here. That is more than that, so another 13 points of damage.
Additional 13. Oof, yeah, it is looking very rough. Tree, your turn.
Yeah.
This poor shambling mound never really did anything.
I'm gonna do the chill touch again because I'm saving spell. I have a feeling.
I love it.
You know?
Absolutely. I think saving your spell slots is pretty wise.
Oh, well, that's a 3 on the dice. So.
Sadly, again, you're attacking that bit that Grayson was attacking that's already dead. Agarita.
Can I do my food?
You can
What I
shoot at
do
it
best?
twice.
Ooh, I got 20 and 14 plus 9 is 21.
Okay, so for your nat 20, well, I'll tell you what. Just roll 2d6.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a 4 and a 2.
4 and a 2, that's 6. And then we add a full 6 from your crit, so that's 12. And then we add your 2 plus 4s from your dexterity, so that's 20 points. And with that, as it's rising up Grayson kind of to come at you again, Agarita sort of shoots it in one part and kind of it just like slorches off to the side and some kind of moss and pine leaves fall to one side. And then it's kind of moving another tendril and then Agarita shoots that and that tendril kind of bursts open with some kind of like copal resin smelling sap as it and that just falls apart. And the whole thing just falls down. And you have defeated the monster, and in your hand, Hugh feels good.
Yeah.
Hugh feels real happy.
That's the first time I've encountered something that smells better the more you kill it.
I love your axe. It's so cool.
Thank you. Yeah, it seems to love this too.
Ah, that's nice.
Well, congratulations, friends. So with that, that one was kind of an extra one. We rolled a bad thing, even though that was just another success, and you rolled the thing to give you fewer successes needed, so it's all gravy. You had only one failure in your attempts to sort of go through this.
Sounds about right.
But as you for the most part, this was you're making very good time through these mountains. Up these mountains, it is very tiring, but eventually, kind of having followed some of those directions that Duchess Burns gives you and Agarita's own understanding and Grayson's assistance, you find yourselves at a high outlook under a sharp, craggy peak. This outlook is a roughly circular outcropping. It's flat terrain as you sort of crest it, and it has a diameter of around 60 feet. There are sloping descents on 3 sides, but on the 4th side is this incredibly steep wall of rock and ice and snow that goes further up to the peak. Now, as you're standing here, you can actually hear the ocean kind of thundering in the distance, and if you cross this and look down one of the other sides, you see the crunch that Duchess Burns was telling you about. Sharp towers of rock extending up out of the water in a very sort of treacherous, dangerous-looking area. You really think that the Leviathan is probably down there. You can even see there are some kind of like shore caves and rocky spaces where a lair of such a creature might be. However, because you had one failure, the Leviathan pops up out of the snow at this point, and we'll make one quick round of attacks before we get to roll initiative.
Oh, okay.
Just the bite and claws, though, not the full thing. All right. Let's see. Target 1. It's coming at Agarita.
Yeah.
A 23. Will that hit you?
Yes.
All right, and it sort of leaps up and attacks you Ooh, rolled low though. That is 8 points of piercing damage. As it just, and this Leviathan, it is sort of dragon-like, but it's a very weird-looking creature. Definitely scaly, but it doesn't have sort of the traditional, and it does have all these like tentacles coming out of it, and it's a very weird shaped thing.
Does it look? Did anything that the guy at the tree was talking to describe it? Is any of it correct?
No.
Okay.
Are there any purple flippers? No.
No. It also like
any hands?
it's not even tentacles. It's just like extra kind of arms. You're not even sure they're
Oh,
tentacles.
that's so much worse. That's
yeah, it's
so
like,
much
it's kind of
worse.
like they like bend, but like they don't fully have claws on them. They're just sort of weird. It'll make. However, one rough thing for you, Agarita, is it is biting you. So you are actually currently restrained. It is trying to bite onto you. It will now claw at. It'll claw at Tree. Tree, what is your armor class?
First of all, Halo of Spores. Second of all, 15.
15. We can get your Halo of Spores next time. This was a surprise once we get to it. A 15,
Okay.
sadly, it will claw at you. And will deal you 10 points of slashing damage.
Wow.
And then the last one is coming at Grayson.
Right.
Does a 21 hit your armor class?
Exactly.
I'm so sorry. That is 9 points of slashing damage.
All right.
As this great beast kind of just hurls up at you guys and just. But now let's roll initiative. All right, so, well, that's really a shame. Okay. Is anybody 20 or higher? Because that's what I rolled for him, so that's a shame. Anybody 15 or higher?
17.
17, Tree. That's what we like to hear.
Nice.
10 or higher?
Oh boy.
All right, Grayson, what are you at?
9.
Questifer?
8.
Okay. Thanrith?
5.
Agarita?
6.
Okay. Okay, so. Okay, so there's guidance for this, by the way, in the adventure. I should have done it ahead of time. This party is a slightly lower level than the thing, so I have them like considerably lower. I'm maybe gonna adjust this guy slightly here, just slightly for this encounter. We'll be fine. Okay. My friend here is going to. It is actually going to spit out Agarita. As his turn begins, he sort of spits Agarita out to the rest of you as he breathes in and exhales this cone of scalding hot air. This steam breath. It's not fire, it's just like steam, like a plume. So can all of you please make a Constitution saving throw?
Oh.
This is not magic, right?
Oh.
This is not magic, sadly.
Nat 20.
Hey, all right.
Yay.
17.
17. Questifer?
19.
19. Excellent. Grayson?
9.
9. Okay.
21.
21.
I have a
Wow.
+7.
The only person who failed this con save is the fighter. That's interesting. All right. So... Okay. And good news for you guys. I rolled 4 ones on this. Wow. Okay. 1 6 though. So that gets us to 10 plus. Okay. So it's so Grayson, you will be taking 19.
Okay.
The rest of you will be taking 10. As it exhales this steam breath on you all.
Wow.
No help. Being a wizard sucks.
It does. It really does. However, Tree, it is your turn to get some payback against this dreaded
Okay.
Leviathan.
First of all, Halo of Spores.
Understood.
It's like it makes me look like an aura of like fungus.
Indeed, your halo of spores is now out.
Yeah. I want to cast blindness on him, see if I can make him go blind.
Ooh, fun. All right.
Yeah. Con 15 save.
Okay. He seems to succeed against that, but you also see his massive nostrils. I'm so sorry, there's so many blind-sighted creatures up against you. So you attempt to blind him, but he kind of like moves back from that, but he both sniffs you and then stares at you, seeing that you just sort of were like casting something at him, and kind of shakes and is preparing to attack.
Okay, does he have to do something for Halo of Spores?
Halo of Spores is at the start of his turn.
Okay.
Once you'd activate it, because you didn't have the the symbiotic entity out yet, but now it's out. Oh no! Oh sorry, you could have. I see what you're saying. When he popped up, you want to do his reaction. Go ahead and roll your d4. Yeah, you can do that damage against him. I see.
3. Ah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, you do that. Okay, so he has taken 3 points of that damage. Great. Okay. Grayson, your turn.
All right, we're gonna do what I meant to do. Take out Hugh. And
All right.
Attack this thing.
Sounds good.
So it's a 22 to hit on the first attack.
That will hit.
For 6 points of damage. This Leviathan doesn't happen to be made out of wood or plants.
Sadly, no.
Okay, 6 damage.
Understood.
Second attack. 16 to hit.
That does not hit.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
I don't have a lot of health left, so we're gonna do a couple things here.
Okay. There are 3 healing potions, by the way, gang.
Yeah. I'll
you
first.
also have your...
I'll use my second wind.
Great.
For my bonus action here to heal. Not too bad. Not too bad. 12 points.
Okay.
And then I'm going to action surge.
All right.
And take another round of attacks.
Sounds good. And then Questifer, you're up after this.
So that is a 19 to hit.
That hits.
Right. That is 13 points of damage.
All right.
And last attack. It's a 15.
The 15 sadly does not. All right, Questifer.
Okay. Can I? I would like to. I think what I'd like to do is cast Mind Sliver.
Okay.
But I'd also like to, if it's possible, while doing that as well, or maybe in conjunction with successfully casting that, I'd like to be able to kind of suss out like some basic information about this thing, like what it might be afraid of. What does it have eyes?
Okay. I'll tell you what. Now that you are here looking at it, go ahead and do an Arcana roll. Now that you're seeing it, let's see what you can put together.
Does it have eyes?
But it has failed against your Mind Sliver, so go ahead and roll that damage.
Okay. That would be a 21.
A 21 on your
Arcana.
Arcana, great. So you suspect that this thing is... You think this is like a cross between... I'm gonna go off the script here a little bit. You think this is almost like a cross between a dragon turtle and a kraken.
Oh.
It is kind of like a hard-shelled aquatic
Draken.
thing, but it still has some dragon-like things. Or you know that dragon turtles have that steam breath, that furnace breath. But so it has something draconic inside of it, but it can't quite. It doesn't appear to be able to fly. It doesn't have wings. But it does, and it seems very sort of its arms are kind of it has too many arms, and they're sort of more like kind of akin to tentacles, but they're not like kraken tentacles. It's kind of a weird cross of all things. Its tail seems more like it doesn't seem like it can damage you with the tail. Because of that, thinking of what you know of things like krakens and dragons, you suspect not only is there nothing is it afraid of, you think it is probably immune to being frightened or charmed, for that matter. Such monsters typically are kind of, when you get to some of these monstrosities, they often have this kind of like you're not going to be able to sort of scare them off in that sense, or convince them to do what you want.
Okay.
You are fairly confident that cold damage will do nothing against it.
That makes sense.
And with a 21, you said?
Yeah.
You think that it probably is pretty resistant to like lightning and thunder as well, given its kraken heritage, or its kraken nature. But that I think is what
excellent.
I think what you would assume based on that rule.
Got you. I will, if I have the time, if someone's gonna cast lightning or cold, I'll try to give them
shout that down,
heads up.
Tell Fanrith, no thunderous smite, kind of.
Yeah.
That's good
exactly.
to know. That's good to know. Right.
All right, perfect. It did 7 damage, by the way, psychic damage.
It's gonna have to adjust its max hit points, since the damage output here, it's like, I got 7. Okay, yeah. Because it is a CR11, which for an 8 level party is a thing. But for you guys, okay, cool, tight.
I'm also gonna back up as far as I can.
Get out of there as to whatever degree you can. Agarita, your turn. It bit you. You can also, I think Daisy has probably run back over to you.
Oh, as soon as I was bit, Daisy ran away.
Yeah. So Daisy's
I don't
kind of
want
coming
Daisy
back
to be
you.
hurt. Yeah.
So,
I am going to use one spell slot. No, that's not it. Zephyr Strike.
Oh, great. Zephyr Strike. Very fun. Very fun spell.
And that means that I'm gonna run as far as pretty far away. At least 50 feet away.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, there's nowhere that's not within 30 feet of this thing.
Oh,
or maybe 40 feet. It's on one side of the...
Yeah,
the
as far as I
pop.
can.
Cool, yeah.
And then I have advantage
on your next weapon attack, and it does some force damage, too, which is fun.
Ooh, and one of them is a nat 20.
Hey!
The other one is a 3.
Well, we'll say that's the force damage one. The one with advantage had the nat 20?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so... with that, first of all, let's roll that. Roll a d6 and a d8, and then you get to add that to 18.
I rolled a 7 and a 3.
So that's 28 points of damage. You just did as much damage as has been dealt to it so far with that one arrow. Very nice.
And then I'll do my second attack. And that is 20.
A 20 will hit it.
Non-natural.
Sounds good. So roll your d6 plus 4 on that.
D6, it's 7.
A 7. Ooh, nice. Okay. So you've really got it a little bit here. Was it a sort of a thing? Fanrith, it is now your turn.
Right. I shall say, just like the free market, you are an abomination that is out to oppress us and issue a vow of enmity with my bonus action. And then I shall swing twice with advantage.
All right, so that gives you advantage on these attacks.
Correct.
Love it. Okay, cool.
All right, so 16 plus 7, 23 to hit.
That hits.
All right, that's 17 points of damage.
Nice.
And then 22 to hit.
Hits as well.
And 4, and then I reroll this. 4, 3, 7, 4. 11 points of damage.
Oof. getting it to 11. That 11 actually matters here for something. Interesting.
That's right.
Okay, so that
And
11...
I take my long and skinny blade and chop at it.
You just... And that, you kind of hit it and it was getting mad. That last one, you struck it like really hard on one of its sort of like clawed tentacle-like hands, and you struck it, and it kind of like snarled that back, and kind of looking at all of you. It is now its turn. It is going to disengage.
Yeah.
And
of course.
And upon that, it's a pretty shocking thing. And Questifer, you know this thing can't fly, so you may want to run and watch what the hell's going on. It kind of like snarls back away from you, disengaging, moving quickly from Grayson and Thanrith there at the thing, and it then simply leaps off the edge where you were looking and seeing the water below. And it is very cowardly. And Questifer, if you want to, you can kind of run to the thing and see what's going on. It is basically like swan diving. Like, though this is hundreds of feet, it just dives into the water and enters the water with almost no splash. So though it cannot fly, apparently it can dive off a mountain.
Just evading regulatory capture. Classic.
Well,
Capitalist.
that was one. That was an exciting little encounter there, wasn't it?
Yeah, get the right shit kicked out of me.
I'll go ahead and.
Do we have a minute to take a breather?
You have a moment to take a breather, and not only that, as you do so, you see that I should have described its sort of weird kind of like scaly shell. Some stuff fell out of its shell, or one thing fell out of it in particular. Something that actually one of you is most interested in. It appears there is a large piece of wood, that was in some cranny of its form, and if you look at it for a moment, you think it is actually a staff.
Ooh.
A magical staff. If you guys, we're gonna say that I'll phrase it to you in this way. You can certainly take a moment to cast some spells, but you do know that if you rest, it rests. You could camp here for the night and go back tomorrow, but it will be at full strength. You could take a short rest, but it can use some of its own hit dice to try to heal. So whether or not you go off in hot pursuit, or whether or not you take a breather is entirely up to you. You do have healing spells. You do have 3 potions of healing. For the fun of this, we'll say that you can, Questifer, you can instantly identify this staff, which is, it seems to be it's got some icons and carving. It's a very druid-like thing, although this one can actually be attuned to anyone, not just a druid. But this is a staff of the towering spruce.
Oh.
Frosted spruce. And basically, it's like a staff of the woodlands, which is kind of cool for druids to have. It's kind of one of their core things. But it, when it turns into a tree, it turns into a 100-foot tall spruce tree dusted with snow, no matter the surroundings.
Oh, that's so pretty.
So that is something you guys could attune to.
That sounds like a nice decoration for back at the homestead.
Huh.
It would be a great look. It also, Tree may want it because it gives you so many druid spells and lets you...
Yeah, I want it. Can I have it?
Yeah.
You should definitely take it, I think.
But I also, if we don't rest, I want to cast Healing Word at 2nd level on Grayson.
I think if you're going to attune to that, I think it's wise for us to just sort of take a minute here to catch our breath. Just a little bit of a short rest, because that would also give me back my action surge and my healing.
A short rest might be a good compromise level where you can all spend some hit dice. Spend all your hit dice, because what's going to happen tomorrow? Come on, no.
Do druids all get natural recovery? I know you have your arcane recovery, right? So you could spend some spells and get those back on a short rest. As a wizard. And
Xander's can,
natural
but Druid
cover.
here, and so actually, if you guys are gonna let Tree have that, I will add this to your inventory here, Tree.
Okay, great. I don't know about my. How does my arcane rest work?
Well, it's called natural recovery. It would be under your features and traits, most likely.
Natural recovery.
Which lets you recover some spell slots when you take a short rest. For wizards, it's the same thing. It's just called arcane recovery.
Oh my gosh. Okay, cool.
I'm sure rangers don't have one like that.
No.
Wait.
Okay,
No, those are
it's fine.
the only two full casters.
Why am
Makes
I not
sense.
seeing natural recovery?
Is that
So if you do want to spend some spells beforehand.
is natural recovery that may be one of the optional features that has not been.
I don't know. It's possible it's only a circle of the land thing.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Oh.
That may be.
I don't know if it's all druids or not.
Something's weird on D&D Beyond though, because you should be getting a +2 bonus to your chill touch should now be a +9 to hit thanks to your Staff of the Woodlands, whatever.
Well, she has an attune. She has to put it in the attunement slot.
I clicked that.
I'd like to.
Go ahead.
I'd like to cast 2 rituals while we're resting.
Okay.
One is Lehman's tiny hut, so we have a place to kind of
Yes,
rest.
I love
Absolutely.
the hut.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great.
And the other one,
Kind.
as we tail off, I want to cast. I want to cast water breathing on everybody.
Ooh, that lasts a long time, right?
Yeah, it's 24 hours.
Well, water breathing's that's a good one. You of course don't need it with your.
I don't need it, but
It's good
I'll
to
still
get to the
cast it
party.
on
All right, so
myself.
yeah, you guys all have water breathing. You can all breathe under the water. Now, since you're taking a short rest, I'm just gonna roll some recovery for your friend.
What is my hit dice?
D10s, I believe.
See?
Yeah, ranger.
Or rangers, yeah.
And how many do I have?
You have 5. Oh, actually, though, you know what? Over the course of this short rest, because oh my god, you're all gonna level up to 6. How about that?
Woohoo!
So that does not increase. You'll get the new hit points for the level up, but it doesn't.
Do I get my ASI?
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't refill you all the way to full hit points, though. Is what I'm
Oh, I
saying.
get what you're saying.
If your hit point max would go up by 5, you'd get those 5, but it wouldn't. They both go up. It's almost like aid. You get 5 and everything goes up. So there you go. So yeah, you guys can fool around with that. In the meantime, the monster below you will recover. He's not going to spend all of them, but he will spend. Oops. I am so sorry, guys. Every single one of the D20s I just rolled to recover stuff for this gargantuan monster was a high teen. That's a bummer. So.
Got aura of protection now.
Ooh, nice.
Paladins are cool.
What are cool?
Yeah.
Paladins.
Yeah, they're great. So with
Especially-
that, as you guys are sort of resting and preparing and drilling down, you're going up to 6th level here, preparing to sort of and just do the average hit points. I think we've been doing for this game.
How much is mine?
Yours would be 6.
So
you'll gain 6 hit points and gain gain back 6.
If you're set already on like average, if you just level it up.
Yeah, just hit level up on the D&D Beyond if you're doing it on there.
Yeah. And it'll automatically do.
Very cool. So but honestly, guys, at this point, this is where we're going to wrap it up for the night, because next week we have finished our time on this mountain. You guys will descend the mountain, but next week we'll be burning the brine water tides as we get down to the water. Although Questifer has granted you all water breathing, so that's pretty nice.
All right.
I'm pretty cool.
How do I level up on D&D Beyond?
I think you hit manage, right?
Yeah,
And then you
there's
hit manage character levels, and I can do it for you, Vanda,
okay.
if you want. Yeah.
Very
Manage
careful.
character levels. I found it.
Here, I can do it for you
okay.
too, Anna.
Nope.
I think you're gonna have to do it, because I think I screwed something up already.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, you should be. I think you're good.
No, I now I can't. I did short rest, and then I did it, and it didn't change my hit points.
You have to click on the. Yeah, that happened to me too. You have to.
Yeah,
click
me
the actual
neither.
hit. You have to click the hit dice you want to spend.
Yeah.
I did.
And well, no. Then you also have to. Then you also have to like click the actual thing where it says to roll it, for it to heal. It doesn't automatically heal you for some reason.
That's kind of weird. Well, as we figure all this out,
Philip will fix it.
We'll fix it. Well, thank you everybody so much for watching. This was very fun stuff. We will be back to see the dramatic conclusion next week. As will Fanrith destroy capitalism? Will Questifer make friends with the Kraken? Will Tree figure out the best place to put this spruce in her home? Will Daisy? Did Daisy get the advantage of water breathing? Or will Agarita bring Daisy into the lair of the Kraken? Or will she be like, this isn't for you? Stay back.
Daisy can breathe.
Daisy can breathe
Whether she goes
underwater,
or not,
so that's
she
good.
can breathe.
Will Grayson have another opportunity to use Hue and deal maximum damage with every strike? The answer to that one, I'll tell you, is no. Grayson will not. Grayson has... I don't want to... Peaked is such a rude word, but you are on top of a mountain, so I'll use it. It will never be this good for Grayson again.
Yeah, it's all downhill.
It is
Quite
all.
literally.
It's literally down. It is not only that you are going to go downhill, and you're going to go. Then you're
it's so
below
downhill,
sea level.
Yeah, it's so downhill. It's gonna be subterranean.
You go like remember ever at Goliath at Magic Mountain, where you do a huge. It goes really high, and then you go underground. Like you go high and then yeah. So there you go. So great work, everyone. Fun times. Very fun characters. It makes these combat things a little more fun when you say absurd things and summon woodchucks in the midst of it all. We'll be here tomorrow with the Dreamlands. And we have only a few hours left to vote. It looks like Manny had tied it up, and now Petty has gotten a pretty substantial lead here. So it's looking like it's going to be a Petty, not a Manny tomorrow. And if you don't know what we're talking about, then congratulations. That's better for you. But join us at 7:30 p.m. Pacific tomorrow for more of the Dreamlands. On Wednesday, please join us for Top Flight Tales. I'm 90% sure we'll be playing that table. We're going to, I think, continue with this Meridian Salvation's kind of got some momentum, so we should be back with that. On Friday, it is Blood from a Stone chapter 155.
What is the never-ending story?
I mean, I don't know about ending, but I will say that 169 is 13 times 13, so yeah. But Blood from a Stone 155, gonna be fun this week. That means the next week is 156. That's 12 times 13, and we are bringing the island arc to a close then, no matter what happens. Presumably they all die. So join us for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then 1 week from tonight, we are back with our final part of the Battleborn adventure, where we see how well our friends fare against this Leviathan. They're 6th level, so that'll be good, and I'll check my adjustments for making it not quite so CR11. You'll get it. Because against 8th level, sorry, you'd be fine. So very good. Well, thank you all for watching. We have go to our Discord to interact with us, our YouTube to watch old episodes, our wiki to see how all these games go together. Thanks to everyone who participated in chat and was having fun there. Would any of you like to plug any things you do or talk about, or movies you want to say tonight's game was like, or complain about anything in general? Now is your opportunity.
I just want to point out that when you had the woman with a hawk, the first thing that popped into my head was the movie Lady Hawk.
For sure.
A classic.
I understood. That's why it was a reasonable question you asked. Yeah, for sure.
I got that reference.
Yeah,
for sure.
Anna, do you have anything coming up?
Oh, no.
That's fine.
Pre-order Eat Happy Italian. Go to eathappyitalian.com and you'll get really cool bonus recipes. Vanda knows. Did that, and she got the
soup is so good.
Oh
my goodness! Oh yes.
Wow, that sounds very
and it's so filling too.
I'm very excited about these cauliflower tots that you sent out.
Cauliflower tots are very good.
On the email list.
What are you promoting?
Oh, I have been doing a challenge to myself, which we've referred to as Mansukasing, but I've been trying to recommend movies I like that I don't think people have seen that are tied to what happened in that game that night. And this is going to be the most pretentious recommendation I've ever made.
Wow.
Well, this seems like the session for it, so yeah, let's do it. Wait, is it Ladyhawk? It should just be Ladyhawk.
That's not Ladyhawk. But there is a 2012 documentary that is about it's shot entirely in the North Atlantic. It's all about a commercial fishing industry. It has no dialogue. It has no narrative. It is like beautiful and lyrical and soothing. It is called Leviathan.
Yeah.
You did have me at a documentary when you said it was pretentious. Okay, sounds good.
Hey.
Andrew?
I mean, if we're gonna talk about documentaries, you should watch the last piano? No, what's the LAUSD music documentary that just won an Oscar?
Oh, The Last Repair Shop.
The Last Repair Shop. It's phenomenal. It's like 15 minutes long. It's really good.
Yeah.
Where
It's
does it
about-
stream?
It's about, I'm not sure. I think it might be on YouTube or something.
Oh.
It's something weird, but free. And it's sponsored by the Los Angeles Unified School District. It's about people who repair instruments for LAUSD. And it is one of the most beautifully shot and interesting character studies.
It is on Disney Plus.
And it's 15 minutes?
Yeah, something like that.
Documentary short?
Wow.
It's a documentary short.
It won, I
So
believe.
cool.
It won an Oscar, I think.
Well, great.
Yeah, for a documentary short.
I love it.
All right, so this really is just a movie recommendation thing now. Perfect. I don't know, Jed, you got anything you want to recommend or promote for yourself or mention or complain about?
Anything I want to recommend?
You don't have to do anything.
You guys, please, no one feel pressure to recommend. You're welcome to recommend.
I just do this every day in a ridiculous thing. Because I stopped playing, I stopped streaming, and so this is how I talk at the end of things now.
No, that's good. No, I just watched something that I found quite enjoyable. Oh, Teenage Bounty Hunter on Netflix.
Evocative
It's
title.
it seems kind of cheesy, but it was surprisingly enjoyable. I'm not much in the Mean Girls type of shows, but like it was very fun.
There you go.
It's also got Kadeem Harrison in it, which is, and he's like old and fat now, and it's amazing. And you're just like, this is so great. And I still can't quite parse him from his work in like the early 90s and 80s and with that show. It was very awesome to watch.
Wow.
So just for that alone, kind of worth checking out.
Very good.
All
All
right.
right.
Cool.
Well, fun stuff. Well, yes, thank you all. This is definitely go to cantripcandles.com. See all the cool candles they have. In the fall, we'll be back with this Battleborn set. You guys can lift this up and blow it out. I know they're probably hot by now, so you don't have to hold
Oh, I
it.
already
really.
blew
I
mine
just
out.
nearly scalded myself
Yeah,
with
exactly.
oil.
So thank you all
wax.
for watching. Until next time, lights out.
Chat for the backs.
Watch out for the wax for real. Bye-bye, everybody.